you and I have only known each other for about 5 or 6 years,
Right.
Shannon, and it's hard to understand this, but I can be a little rough around the edges.
No, not you, Doctor.
And so I thought, okay, well, I don't know why this gal is over here crying in the corner, but I probably ought to see
You went over and worked your magic.
to see what I did, right?
Right.
And she said, oh, no, it's nothing you did. She goes, that's the first animal I've ever adjusted.
Wow.
2 years after she completed a program.
Wow.
So she had this tool, this amazing tool in her toolbox, the chiropractic adjustment, the most powerful tool I know about that she had never used.
So she learned this from another course where they weren't so dedicated to the adjustment and making it hands-on, that kind of thing.
Right. She did a lot of setups.
Gotcha.
Which, everybody does in chiropractic school, no matter what chiropractic, it's animals or people, do a lot of setups, do a ton of setups. But how many times do we see students that lack confidence in their adjustment ability? And the only way to get that confidence is to adjust.
Sure.
And like Sid said, I think it was Sid, or maybe it was Reggie, I don't know which one, said, there's no such thing as a bad adjustment. There's just better adjustments. And it's just kind of like sex.
I don't know if we're allowed to talk about that.
Well, okay, we won't go any further.
Maybe as a concept.
Yes, a
Okay.
concept, yeah. So anyway, but yeah, and so you've got to adjust.
So I think your program, your course is the top notch. I think it's the best in the country. I'm biased, of course, but
Well, I appreciate that.
I know that you're unbiased about that. Is that hands-on requirement? You're going to adjust 5 and do the assessments and all that. Is that one of many things that makes your course exceptional? What makes you stand out and so good at what you do?
That we're flexible. You plan how fast you go through our program. You can get done in as little as 3 months, or you can take multiple years to do it.
Okay.
Depending, because we know life happens, and so you can plan to, be planning. I'm going to come to, just like this weekend. How many doctors? I'm sure there's a handful of doctors that you thought were going to be here this weekend,
Sure.
in Orlando, and aren't, because life happened.
Right.
You may even talk to them a month ago, and they were like, "I'll see you in Orlando, doc," and then something happened.
Right.
We understand that happens to people all the time. A kid gets sick. All right. Well, it's hard to leave home, I mean, you can leave home, but when you get back on Sunday night, what's that, so we understand that those things happen. But after module 1, you will have the confidence to adjust both ends if you take it. Also, we teach some business. We have a protocol, a set protocol that you can follow. We have, one of the things when I came to my first AMC meeting, I was looking for some kind of charting mechanism.
Sure.
And I went to one of the beginning classes. I don't know which class that you teach that in, the chart.
Yeah.
And I saw the chart, and I was like, oh. And I took some pictures and went home and revised it. And now we have a beginning, we call it a 12-point safety check and a 12-point neurological check. Because would you send your wife's car to get her oil changed if they didn't do the 24-point safety check? Would you go to somebody that didn't do the 24-point safety check? So that's included every time you come and get some show me animal chiropractic from somebody. You get a 12-point neural check and a 12-point musculoskeletal check.
Did you just admit to stealing our intellectual property?
I altered.
You altered it just enough to avoid any sort of
Yes.
royalty.
It's over 17%. Yes.
You're a smart man. What I think, I'm joking about that, of course, but what I think I really admire about your program is the support afterwards. You talked a little bit about the business side of it. I know that you guys are able to help with marketing, and there's even some check-ins and some coaching that you can offer those students as well.
Mentoring.
Mentoring. Sure.
Coaching has a kind of a bad connotation lately. So we do a mentoring program.
Sure.
We have a large group mentoring program called Mastermind that meets every first, third, and fifth Monday night of every month. Anybody can come. And it is
anybody that's a member, or it's open.
Well, you have to be a member.
Okay.
But anybody that wants to come and pay,
Sure.
you pay by the month, so you can come. And one of the things that we do with that group is we just start. What's your biggest win? So, what was your biggest win this week,
Right,
Shannon?
right.
What was your biggest win this week?
My biggest win was a family member who had just broken and had their best month ever in the past 2 years. So,
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
But does anybody celebrate those big wins with you normally? And I'm amazed at when the first time people come to a mastermind, and we ask them that, and I don't know if I'm allowed to ask, hey, Hayes, what was your biggest win this week?
We recorded 3 new podcasts.
3 new podcasts. But he had a slight hesitation, didn't he?
Sure.
Because probably nobody's ever asked him what his biggest win is. And, a lot of times when we go home with our spouse, we unload. It's not about celebration. How'd your day go? Oh, my God, you wouldn't believe this one client was in here and I couldn't get her out the door. And,